makes most women start a business? Is it passion, money, or freedom? Welcome to Female Founders, the podcast that takes you behind the scene with women who are founders and CEOs to help you start and scale a successful business of your own. I am your host, Nagelia de Ravin.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Female Founders. In today's episode, I have the pleasure of speaking with Charlene Gonzalez. Charlene is an analytical chemist and tech entrepreneur who created LabForms, changing how labs work with digital tools. Starting as a chemist and now a CEO, her path shows innovation, making lab processes easier worldwide. Her vision and determination encourage new scientific discoveries and business ventures.
Yes, I'm Charlene Gonzalez. I'm the founder of Lab Phorms and the senior project manager at AccuScience Laboratories. I hold a bachelor's degree in interdisciplinary studies from the University of Central Florida, and I've been working in laboratories since 2015. In my experience as an analytical chemist and a project manager, I've encountered numerous operational inefficiencies which disrupted our workflows. And the drive to find solutions and implement them is really what brought me to the entrepreneurial path. I began transforming challenges into opportunities, not just for my laboratory, but for laboratories everywhere.
So when you say that you are changing challenges, making them to success, how exactly do you do that?
Just being in the roles that I was in, being from hands-on roles in the laboratory, handling the samples, processing them, and then delivering the data to the project manager. Then I became the project manager and I saw that next step, that next workflow, and just the normal hiccups of everyday business with problems that come up here and there, and they're not important enough to be brought to the attention of the managers. They don't want to focus too much attention on every single little thing. So what I did is I said, I can make a solution for this. I can help this. I can solve this. I don't need my boss to tell me how to fix this. I can fix it myself.
So pretty much you are a leader yourself. That's like to take action.
One of the ways that I figured out how to do that was to pursue web development, learn how to create a solution for the problem. Instead of seeking out the niche solution that we needed, I created it.
And that's the reason why you decided to start your own company. Well, what was the moment that made you take the switch from working in a lab and to say, hey, I'm going to step away to start my own?
Well, I still work in the laboratory, and I kind of have a dual position now where my boss is not just my boss, he's also my business partner, and we work on things together. So, yes, it's a little bit of both.
How did you get your boss to become your business partner?
Received incredible support from my boss, Dr. Harry Bazzotti, and the team at AccuScience Labs. Since the very beginning, it's a partnership of mutual respect and a drive to make things more efficient. That's really what it's all about, is doing things the most efficient way for the team. And that's both our goal, but I'm the one who has the passion in my role because he's busy doing other things, So I support him and he supports me.
So can you explain what is LabForms all about?
So LabForms was created at the intersection of laboratory science and technology. Our mission is to streamline laboratory processes through innovative digital solutions, making sample intake more efficient, accurate, and accessible. We offer custom solutions designed with the specific needs of laboratories in mind.
So now, can you please explain that any more? How do I say that? A little bit. How would I say that? More like in my language.
Yeah. So with every laboratory that accepts samples, there's a lot of paperwork that needs to be filled out, whether it's by the client or by the laboratory. There has to be a chain of custody, a tracking of who has handled the samples and when. And that's very important to document to keep the integrity of the
Mm.
samples and know who handled them. And I just made that digital. So it's much more easier for clients to understand and for laboratories to receive the information that they need.
So now you're speaking my language. I got it. So pretty much you take it from being a print, you turn it to a digital. Is that including, that's the reason why you also said web design, right?
Yeah, so it's a custom website that's built for the laboratory. It's seamless, so that from the client side, they don't see lab forms at all. They just see the laboratory page. And when they go to submit samples, everything is custom designed for what they need. So they're not seeing extra information. They're not getting caught up or confused on things that don't apply to them. See exactly what they need.
Wow, this is awesome. So it's not too complicated for them to like, oh, this is so much. I can't understand it. I need someone to walk me through it or anything like that. So now, do you work with any type of laboratory or you have a specific niche?
So right now my niche is analytical laboratories that do environmental sampling, also cannabis and hemp sampling as well. And I'm hoping to expand into more broader laboratories and just any kind of pharmaceuticals or biology laboratories, all different kinds.
May I ask why cannabis?
Well, that's where I started. I've been working for 2 years with AccuScience, and we are primarily a cannabis laboratory.
Cannabis. Oh, I see. So it's starting from that and then you are expanding it to others. So when it's come to the company, how do people sign up? Do they have to go to your website and get a membership? How does that work exactly?
When you go to the Lab Phorms website, which is just labforms.com, and Lab Phorms is with a PH instead of the F, just to be a little bit more unique and accessible
Mm-hmm.
online. You go to the website, you select which package works best for your needs. If you're a small laboratory and you only need, maybe one intake form, or if you're a larger laboratory that requires different kinds. Like right now, I have a client that does medical cannabis, hemp, CBD products, and vitamins and supplements like melatonin gummies. Those are all separate forms just to be more streamlined for the client. So it depends on the laboratory, but all you have to do is pick the best package that works for you online, and then we set up a meeting together and we create the best solution for your lab, branded with your logos, the testing codes, everything that their lab does. And once set up, there is a confirmation process where I design custom confirmation messages that are sent to the client and to the laboratory that provide instructions on what to do next for the client so they're not left feeling left out. It's almost like a little bit of a AI project manager because it's my role, it's my job, it's what I do, but in a digital hands-off kind of way to make things simpler for everyone.
So what you are saying is that it is customized for each client. So it's not like they just sign up and they pay and they're ready to go, but it's customized when the client goes to that page, it's like they're visiting the website, the logo and everything is on it.
Yes, yes, it's a custom web development. Sorry. It's a custom website designed for the laboratory. Learning web development was a game changer for me. It allowed me to directly translate the needs of the lab into digital solutions, bridging the gap between the traditional laboratory practices and the more modern technology of what we're doing. And this enabled me to develop this unique platform. And it's a testament to how diverse skills can converge to create innovative solutions.
Yes, it is. And do they have to keep paying for it monthly and you also manage it for them?
We do have different packages depending on what they require. Some labs have their own internal IT department that can handle things, so I can just set it up for them and then set them on their way. or I can maintain it continuously if that's what they need.
This is amazing. For me, the way I was looked at it, I was look at it like they come to your website, they sign up, and they had that, they send the clients there, they are done. But it is way more than that. It's like there's a lot more work behind it for them. It's more customized. It's for them. It's show the mission and vision behind it. It's not just forms. There's more into it.
Yes, one of the biggest challenges was navigating the uncertainty that comes with starting a new business, especially in such a niche market. There was
Hmm.
also convincing my potential clients and investors of the value and the potential impact of these solutions. And I overcame these obstacles by staying true to my vision, continuously improving our offerings, and leveraging every opportunity to showcase the benefits of our services.
All I can say is, you got it going on, girl. So, what roles has mentorship played in your career, and how do you mentor others at LabForms?
Definitely played a big role. Like I mentioned earlier, my boss and now business partner, Dr. Harry Basadi, has brought a wealth of experience and resources to the table. We have a really great partnership. We work together. And one of the ways that I bring that forward with Lab Forms is I like to attend monthly, sometimes twice monthly web development meetings where other business owners, web developers, they're looking to seek help. I love to go out and help others.
How do you balance the rapid pace of technology change with the need for reliable and consistent laboratory operations?
Changing and implementing new things. A solution that worked for me in the past sometimes isn't always the solution that works for me in the future, and I have to change things up. And it requires a lot of work on my end to completely redo systems where, yeah, I have software that I was using to help develop my website, and then I found a better one. And now I have to switch everything over from that one to this new one, but I'm dedicated to the process and I can see that end outcome. It certainly is a balance, but it's required. It's just part of what I
It's like being able to vision it, right? When you can vision it, it's becoming a lot easier. But even then, there'll be obstacle along the way. But as long as the vision stay within you, then you can continue that path.
yeah, absolutely.
What has been the most rewarding aspect of founding Lab Forms, personally and professionally?
The most rewarding part has been proving to myself that I can do it. Uh, One of the biggest things is just getting started. There's a lot of fear that exists around starting a
Yeah.
new business, but proving it to myself has been so rewarding and has enabled me to accomplish so many more things. Personally, I aspire to inspire more women to pursue careers in STEM and entrepreneurship. I hope to set a prime example and support the next generation of female leaders and innovators. And like I mentioned earlier, one way I do this is by going out and assisting others with their web development projects.
You said earlier you're still working for the lab, but you're also running your own business. How do you do both?
I work remotely. I have a lot of freedom with the laboratory, which is awesome. It's amazing. Thank you to technology for allowing me to work from home, work from anywhere, really. I like to go out to different coffee shops. I'll spend an hour at a networking event and then, come back home and do some lab work. It's a lot of freedom with technology that I
So pretty much you do have the freedom to be more flexible with both your business and also working in the lab.
Yes, absolutely. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of days in the laboratory for long hours, and there are a lot of long nights I'm up making websites. But to me, it's what I love to do, and it's worth it every time.
You know what? Yeah, it is. I think that's the most rewarding part, isn't it? When you're working in something that you know, first of all, you're making a difference in the world. You are making many people's lives a lot easier. And not only that, also you are helping making sure there's no mistakes or anything like that when it's come to the client. So yeah, you're making a difference. So Even then, you're staying up until 2 in the morning. You know that you're doing it for something. And at least that's how I feel, you know? Because when
Mhm.
I'm doing something that's kind of like, I feel like I'm helping others, it's even if I'm staying up 3, 4 in the morning sometimes, I'm like, I can do this. I'm almost there. I almost got it. I just have to hold on a little bit and I'll pass out soon. But it's rewarding. It's exciting. It's don't get me wrong, starting a business is hard, like you said. It's not as easy as 1, 2, 3. But I think that once you getting your feet in the water and you feeling it, and you will see that it's worth taking that chance.
Yep, I agree 100%. It's so much more worth it to me now to be on the other side of where I was with all these ideas and knowledge of how to make things better, and then actually doing the things to make them better, going out and learning. And I've been able to, help other people in my life with websites. Like my brother wants to start a business now. I'm helping him with his
Mhm.
website, and I started a writing club and I made a website for that. So I've
Wow.
learned so much, and it's contributed to my life so much in a way that I couldn't even imagine before.
With Lab Forms, is it just in United States or it can be labs anywhere in the world?
It could be labs anywhere in the world. It's a digital solution, it's completely online, and any laboratory that takes samples in and needs to track where those samples come from and when they're exchanged, this is a solution that would work for them.
So, what advice would you give to entrepreneurs who trying to bridge the gaps between different fields of expertise?
My advice is to believe in your vision, even when it seems daunting. Entrepreneurship is as much about resilience and perseverance as it is about innovation. Don't be afraid to embrace new skills and step outside your comfort zone. Surround yourself with a supportive network, seek mentorship, and never underestimate the value of your unique perspective. And every challenge is an opportunity in disguise.
Did you ever imagine yourself as a business owner? When, let's say, when you were young or even a teenager?
Yeah, the ideas I had when I was young were a little more grand. Like I wanted to own a theme park, like a Disney World or Busch Gardens.
Ooh, hey, it's not impossible. So, where do you want to see Lab Forms goes? What is the plan, the future goals? What's the big idea behind it?
To continue expanding our reach, impacting more laboratories across different industries, and further innovating our solutions to meet the ever-evolving needs of the various industries.
So, pretty much, you look forward to expanding it more to different type of industries. And do you think that eventually you will need people to work with you to keep on building it?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it is a solo project right now. Me and my boss, we do work together sometimes, but I do plan on hiring some junior web developers to help once I have enough labs who need my.
Do you plan on adding more services into it, or are you just gonna keep it the way it is?
It depends on the needs of the industry and the laboratories and how things grow. One of the ways I've already evolved is transitioning from cannabis to include vitamins like the melatonin gummies, ashwagandha gummies. That's completely unrelated and not something that I saw coming, but I was able to adapt and incorporate that in right away.
But I have a question for you. Let's say that the sample went out. So when the form fell out and then the lab got the form, they have to send the sample out, isn't it?
It's a collection of samples. So whenever a producer makes a product like a gummy, whether it's a CBD
Mm-hmm.
gummy or a THC or a melatonin gummy, they have to send it to the laboratory to be tested to make sure it's
Mm-hmm.
compliant with the local laws and regulations. So they fill out the information online and then they receive instructions on how to submit their sample to the laboratory. Typically, they just mail it in. That's the traditional way. I would like to start something where we send out a kit where they receive a box and they just open it. It comes with everything they need inside,
Ooh.
and they put their sample in, and it has a return shipping label, and that way we cover shipping as well. That's in the
I think you already have really big goals. So, but what happened then after the laboratory got it? How do they get the results back? Do they have to come back to you to the website again for something else to happen, or then from there the information goes straight to that company and then you're not involved anymore?
So yes, there's a couple different ways it can be. Typically, most laboratories already have some sort of internal portal or system where the data is uploaded for the client, and they can go to the lab's website to access that data, or they have a project manager that sends them the data directly. If they'd like, I could also have a like AI project manager services that delivers the results as well. That's it's not fully part of it yet, but if it's needed by the laboratory, those services can be offered.
So when we're talking about AI, so do you have any future goal to implement AI into the system itself to do certain tasks?
A lot with AI, and it's helped me a lot, especially in learning new things. One of my best teachers has been AI. Integrating it with the business, I would love to. With LabForms, I'm not entirely sure, but some of my other projects, definitely.
Okay. How can people reach out to you if they need to learn more about Lab Forms, or if they have questions or like to move forward or anything like that?
You can go to my website, labforms.com. It's LABPHORMS.com, and submit an email there or a message. The email is support@labforms.com. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn, send me a message.
So if you had one piece of advice for a woman that is just starting a business, what would that be?
I don't want to be too obvious, but don't give up. Just don't give up. Keep going. Stay true to your ideas. Be careful of letting other people's ideas kind of take over your thing, because you know what's best for you. You know your vision and your goal. And so stick with it and see it through, because you're worth it.
I think you say something that is very important, because a lot of time we do let other people visions get over ours, and that's when we fail out and other people succeed. So that is something I think that as women is just in our nature. We always want to give a hand, right? We always want to help, no matter what. I think it's just who we are. But sometimes we also forget that we have goals, we have visions, we have things we want to do. So I think that's one of the best pieces of advice that you can give any woman.
Mm-hmm. If you ever need to be reassured, look in the mirror and ask yourself, because nobody knows better than you.
Nope. Anything else you'd like to share with us before I let you go today?
I think that's everything. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me on.
And thank you for sharing your journey and also about Lab Forms. And what you are doing is very interesting. It's unique. It's different. It's not something you see out there. And I was very impressed by it. Not only you have my sister name, but you also keep impressing me every moment. So, so I appreciate what you do. Keep on doing it. And remember that as women, when we keep our business going, not only we helping other women, but we also make a difference, and also we are supporting the next generation of women as well.
Absolutely. Yes. I encourage all women to go out there and be leaders, because that's what we are.
Thank you for listening to Female Founders Podcast. That's it for this week's episode. Be sure to follow us on your favorite podcast app or connect with us on womel.com so that you don't miss our next episode. See you next time. Bye for now.